Hello YouTube. This is the last part of the cave troll walkthrough that I've been giving you. In this part we're going to paint this model. Right? We're going to paint it. Yeah, really. First of all, we've got to prime this mini. Well, mini. It's really large actually, but okay. I'm gonna prime it with black, and I suggest you do the same. How to prime a miniature I'm not going to explain because I already did so in my Warhammer explanation plus painting video. So if you're interested in how to prime your model, then I recommend looking at that video first before you proceed with watching this. Okay, now my model is primed, and it should look something like this. You can't really see where I molded the arms together with the body, and that's exactly what you want. You don't want to see any cracks or lines or anything around the belly. There's nowhere that you could see that I green stuffed this model together. It's really one piece now, and that's how you want it. So the model is primed, and well, let's get on painting this. Okay, for a first layer, I'm going to paint a mixture of equal parts shadow gray and chaos black, and a gentle amount of dwarf flesh, and I made a mix of that. There you see it, and I'm going to apply that all over the model, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, you should do the same as I do. I'm not going to film all of this because it will take a long time, and it's just the entire model you've got to paint with this, except for for that thing. Oh, my finger's blocking it. That thing. You see? Not paint that thing that color, but all the flesh is supposed to become that color. Right, so I suppose you do that now, then I'll do the same. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now for the next layer, for each successive layer, you're gonna mix some more dwarf flesh through your first mix, and you're gonna apply that on the higher parts of the model. So in this case it would be over here. I guess it would be the lines around here, and I'm just gonna make little strokes around there, so you would get lines in his hand, and yeah, I think that would be the best way to make sure that you get some detail into this to this mini. And so for each successive layer, or for every new highlight layer, you will need to do that. What I'm doing is I'm taking my pencil and I'm making this sort of motion up and down, so I get little strokes along his arm, brush strokes, but you can't very clearly see that. Yeah, you can see it a little bit there. Just a little bit, but we'll need far more highlights to get that clear. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that. Okay, I decided that this side was just a little bit better, so you could see it. I mixed up the next layer. I mixed up my my stuff for the next layer, and I see that I can use a little more dwarf flesh. So let me mix it up now to my mix, because if there isn't enough dwarf flesh in it, then you won't see that the next highlight is coming out. And if I can't see my highlight done, then I get really frustrated. So I want to see each and every successive highlight as an individual highlight on this model. If you want to get smooth surfaces, so you want a very smooth
transition between colors and layers, then this is not the way to do it. But for this kind of stuff, for hands and lines and that kind of stuff, this is absolutely great. Try to follow those lines that are on his neck and on his arms, and if you do that, then it will be a lot easier to find where you have to place your highlights. And actually, this is a great model to learn highlighting. I'm just finishing the second highlight here on his hands, and let me mix up some more, and then I'll be back with the third highlight. Okay, a quick thing in between. This stuff, Tamiya Color acrylic paint thinner. It's really great, and it thins your paint down and it keeps it wet for longer. So you can apply the highlights you want wherever you want them, and you still have time left to mix up some more of this stuff through your paint before it's totally dried out. You can't use it anymore. So I really recommend buying this because it's such great stuff. So, alright, let's get on with painting our Mini then. What I see now is that his face is a little bit too gray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix up some black ink with water, about 5 parts water to 1 part black ink, and I'm going to paint that on his face and maybe some on his arms and on his legs, just to down the gray a little bit more and get the black out. Okay, I just applied the mix of 5 parts of water to 1 part of black ink, and I can tell you that this is just looking very awesome. It just fills in all the gaps. It just reached all the places that I couldn't reach, and that's the cool thing about ink, is just that it fills up everything you couldn't cover, and it brings out so much more detail out of your model. So I really like inks. This is now dry, and I think we should proceed with the body, so the skin tone of his flesh. I'm just going to mix that up, and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, for this shoot I will filming it from the side because it will be a lot easier for me to paint. Okay, I made a mixture of shadow gray and dwarf flesh, equal parts of those. And what I'm gonna do is apply that to the body, just here, right, so you can see. And I try to apply it really gently, and also following the lines of his body again. Okay, I've now finished the first layer on his chest, and it's a little grayish, bluish color. I also did it on the back because it's some sort of leather on this back, and you want the lines, so these lines, you want them to have the color, the flesh color in it. But to get all the cracks filled up with that color, I just painted the whole back also blue.